I come once more to speak with you, my dear friends. Greetings in the name of the Almighty. To really understand why the Illuminati story of their 13 families linked to the bloodline of Sarah is itself a lie, you must be told the true facts in regard to my life as Yeshua ben Joseph, I suppose. So let us make a start, shall we, dear ones? The fact that Mary of Magdala and I were actually married in the true tradition is indeed true. After I rose from the dead and left the tomb and took time to visit with the apostles, I took Mary, Judas Iscariot and his wife Mona Lisa and Thomas, and we began our long and arduous venture to many other lands to teach and spread the word of truth further afield. We headed, in the course of time, into Europe, to the locality you now call southern France today, and for quite some time settled there. While there, Mary and I were blessed with 2 wonderful children. The first was Sarah, the younger was little James. I had my mission to continue, but as time passed Mary had put down roots, quite substantial ones as it turned out. When it came time for us to leave, she chose to stay there with the children, as she felt it best for them to have a stable home life. We had, over time, pretty much worked out all of the karma that held us together by then, and had decided in the traditional way to divorce, so she would be free to remarry, which she did, a little before we departed for southern climes, parting on friendly terms. By that time the children had grown to young adolescents and were able to be of great help to Mary. So Judas, his wife Mona Lisa and children, Thomas and I left France and began our further travels, which eventually led us to northern India, a place you now call Kashmir, where we settled. After about a year or 2, I met my twin there, a daughter of a local chieftain, what is called the Maharaja today, I believe. Her name was Lakshmi, after the wife of one of their gods, Lord Vishnu. After an appropriate courtship we married and had children of our own, 5 in fact. The eldest we chose to call Joseph in honor of he who raised me. Now it is well that I say here, that throughout all my life my scribe was Judas Iscariot, and none other, and it was Judas and I, who educated Joseph in the ways of a scribe, and when Judas passed away at the ripe old age of 90, it was Joseph who chose to carry on his task, all his duties. The Gospels of Judas were completed by Joseph, and none other. The final passages penned after my death in Kashmir, in our home, several years after the passing of my beloved Lakshmi. I lived to be 107 years old. Well, dear ones, the point of all this was to quietly point out that the idea that I only left one child to be the heir and thus pass on my genes was far from the truth. There were in fact 7 heirs, thus 7 bloodlines, so the story of there being 13 families is just not true. There are in fact 49 bloodlines. So you never know, some of you hearing this very message might well be some of those. In truth, I am Sananda. May the blessings of the Almighty be upon you all.